Yo, chat. Oh, yeah. I want to do this off top, but I didn't get to do it. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I fuck with my man, Elon Musk. No disrespect to them niggas at Twitter, because y'all have treated me good, but still. Big Elon nigga tweeted out, by the way, I'd like to apologize for Twitter being super slow, which, by the way, many CEOs would never say. By the way, yo, everybody who work at Twitter is not a public company no more. This is Elon Musk little pet project. Y'all niggas got to stop acting like y'all care about. It's a private company now. Trust me, they cashed me out at $54 per share after Elon bought the shit. It's not on the stock market no more. We don't have to hear earning calls. That's up to that nigga on how much money he wants to invest or how much he want to lose. He could do what he want. Trust me. This is why I fuck with how he's operating. He said this, I want to apologize for how Twitter is slow in certain countries. Many CEOs would never say that because you care about a stock price. He says the app is doing greater than 100 poorly batched RPCs just to render a home timeline. Then a guy who's supposedly an engineer, he says, I have spent about 6 years working on Twitter for Android and can say this is wrong. Yo, you can imagine when that nigga Big Elon looked at his phone and said, what? This is what Elon said to him. He said, yo, then please correct me, nigga. What the fuck is the right number? Like, could you imagine, like, your fucking employee talking crazy to you on Twitter? He says Twitter is super slow on Android. He did the best thing. What have you done to fix it? We've been paying your bitch ass for 6 years. You say you've been working on for 6 years. It's still slow. What have you been doing to fix it? You know what? You know what the next thing a nigga said to Elon? Yo, Elon, I ain't gonna lie. With this type of attitude, you probably don't want this guy on your team. You know what Elon says? Yo, he's fired. Get that nigga on out of here, man. Stop talking back to y'all boss. Real rap, man. I'm sorry to tell y'all. Instead of trying to correct Elon, you should have fixed the problem. You've been working in 6 years. Redundancy. Oh, y'all been making a bag off that nigga Elon. Or actually, just off Twitter, period. You should shut the fuck up when your boss is actually trying to communicate with the people. That's a PR move. Okay, let me acknowledge that we're not perfect. You over here talking about, oh no, that's not the accurate number. Well, bitch, nigga, why you ain't fix it then? If you've been directly working on it, why the fuck you ain't fix it? And you know what, matter of fact, since you brought it to my attention that you've been working on for 6 years and you ain't fix it, you don't need to work here because I'm hiring the wrong fucking people. I don't hire a motherfucking person who could work on something for 6 years and still not fix the fucking problem. I'm sorry. Big Elon takes the win. Yo, they're trying to make Elon out to be such a bad guy. I keep telling everybody, though, listen, granted, Elon is worth a lot of money, and he's probably going to have to lose a lot of money with Twitter to really get it right and get it to the place that he can start making money. But he knew what it was when he bought the company and when he went private. Yes, he overpaid for it. But it's so crazy that people want to try to drive a narrative and try to like almost bully Elon out of like, yo, this is his personal company at this point. I get it. We all use it as a town square, but it's Elon's company. This ain't owned publicly. Like, yo, I had owned so much Twitter stock. Well, I mean, if you're in a certain percentage, like I think like 10%, if you're in the 10%, if you own in the 10% of the most stocks, you have voting rights. So like quarterly, you get to vote on certain shit. Nigga, they gave me all the invitation to vote too. That's when it was public. You could quote unquote have a say. So my vote with all the other motherfuckers vote would probably have like almost equate to like one board position vote, right? They'd be like, oh, the stockholders and investors matter. It don't matter no more. This shit owned by Elon fucking Musk. And that nigga do what he want to do, and they try to bully the nigga, and I'm rocking with Elon, man. Okay, I don't agree with him on everything, but man, if my fucking employee, I already told you I'm losing money keeping this big-ass staff. I fired half of y'all. Y'all acting like I shouldn't have fired y'all. Now, I'm over here trying to get advertisers on social media. I'm trying to, like, make this shit look good, and you talking back to me, nigga? Get back to your job, nigga. Get back to your cubicle. So most of you motherfuckers is talking about working from home. Get in the fucking office. That's how Big Elon's talking to them. Get in the fucking office. I don't know if y'all seen this. Everybody, like, You know the quarantine got everybody lazy. Like, oh, why we got to go into the office? Why can't we just work from home? How do we want to work from home? Like, we should be able to work from home, and we should be able to, like, you know what I mean, drink our coffee and do what we want to do, and you know what I mean, like walk our chihuahua and not work when we want to work and take mental health break. Fuck out of here, man. Elon just purchased shit for $45 billion. Bitch, get to work.
Even if people return to the offices are separate offices.
Making excuses. Oh, even if we go to the office, we won't actually be in person with everybody because we have multiple offices. And in reality, we're still going to have to get on calls to really get everybody in the same team to really, like, you know, actually talk about an issue. So really, we're never going to really be in person. So why are we going back to the office if we're going to have to get on the same calls we could do from our house? Bitch, because I'm paying you. Get to work. We live in the most fucking privileged country. You paying a motherfucker a check and you gotta convince him to show up to the place they're getting a check from. Salute to Big Elon, man.
Won't be in person anyways.
Yes.
Look at this motherfucker.
Even if people return
A fucking Karen. Even if we return to work, we have separate offices, and you know we have large campus. We won't really be around each other. We're still gonna have to use Zoom and all these other things just to have meetings. And you know, since we're having meetings virtually, it doesn't matter if somebody's in Australia and somebody's in the Caribbean or somebody's in Greece. We're gonna all be on the same, like, we're gonna be connected via the internet. So really, we don't need to be in the office. So really, like, how about we just don't go to the office at all, and we could actually just, you know what I mean? I could be sitting at home with my boyfriend, just kind of watching. I could be watching this Jeffrey Dahmer documentary, and then when you want to have a meeting, I just get off and fuck no, man. Go sit at your fucking cubicle, put some fucking work in to get the paycheck. Fuck you got going on.
Even if people return,
You can hear a Karen.
even if people return to the offices are separate offices. We won't be in person anyways.
Yes, but you can still maximize the amount of in-person activity. Tesla is not in one place either. But you know, it's basically if you can show up at an office and you do not show up at the office, resignation accepted.
Facts. If you don't want to work, forfeit the check. I'm fucking with Elon. Yo, I'm telling you, America is the laziest place on earth. Why can't we just have Zoom meetings all day and we could be productive? You know, the studies say that we were actually more productive when we get to work from bed, and we could get coffee in bed, and then we could go to the doggy park with our little chihuahua, and we could still be answering calls, and we could actually jump on the meeting. No, motherfucker. Show up to the fucking, you getting paid $250,000 to do some engineering shit, and you can't fix a fucking problem for goddamn 6 motherfucking years, motherfucker. You get to the fucking cubicle and figure it out. When did we become so fucking soft? You've been working on this shit for 6 years? Yeah, because you've been working from your fucking crib. How about you? Yo, y'all ever go to a job where you got to show up to a cubicle? Nigga, you figure out the solutions quick as fuck. Ain't no incentive to figure out no problems when you at home kicking it, nigga. Your bitch over here massaging your cankles. You cool. Like, come on, bro. Get these motherfuckers, get them back in the cubicle, man. Elon, I fuck with you for that. I don't care what they trying to say about you. I fuck with you for that. It's your company. This ain't publicly traded no more. It's your shit. Get them motherfuckers to work. Somebody says, ironic, Ak, you work from home. I'm glad y'all said that. You see, this is the problem with America, chat. People don't understand being the worker till you become the boss. Elon's supposed to work from home. Elon is supposed to be back and forth to Tesla, to Twitter, SpaceX. You're a fucking employee. Do your time and level up, and when you level up, you get the perks. You don't get to get in the door. When I used to work at Verizon Wireless, nigga, niggas had day offs and PTO out the fucking ass. If I didn't come in, I didn't get paid. I didn't be like, oh no, well, you know, he doesn't come in at all and he gets paid all the time. No, motherfucker. You you gotta work to get there. Either that or here's the next best thing. Go make your own fucking company. I'm sorry. Why niggas scared of work? Nigga, I had to go through it too. Until my shit popped off as an entrepreneur, I had to do it too. I couldn't be like, no, I just want to work from home. I don't want to come in. All right, bet, nigga. First of all, the only way to punch in at the job I went to, nigga, you had to be there. So if you weren't there, you couldn't punch in. Then you could just look clocking from. Come on, man. All of y'all want to have boss mentality, But y'all don't want to be. I used to be the biggest worker. I used to be going the hardest. Everybody used to leave the office around 4 or 5 o'clock. Nigga, I'm there sometimes 7 o'clock because I got to get some shit done. And also, I'm trying to get extra hours. I'm not salaried. I'm trying to get overtime. I'm putting in the work. Don't look at me now. I pay motherfuckers. They don't pay me. I pay them niggas. So when the nigga who pays you show up, shut the fuck up and do what you got to do till you the nigga who do the paying. That's all I'm trying to say. All these niggas at Twitter, go make your own fucking app then. You don't got to listen to Elon. You can tell Elon to suck a dick. Go make your own app. Make that successful. But nobody want to fucking work no more. Get them niggas back up in the fucking cubicles, man. Big Elon, you doing it right, man. Fuck that, man. And again, it's not always. If you were whatever engineer at Twitter, bro, to keep it real, this is the American dream, bro. Like, if in your mind you are not 9 to 5 working for the rest of your life, you're doing something wrong. Bro, you always supposed to have a business on the side. You're supposed to be saving money trying to put there. The goal and the whole thing about being in America, which gives the most opportunity compared to any country, is that, if you're not born too privileged, you're going to have to do a 9 to 5. But, bro, at some point, you hope to not do it. You hope to be free of it. You hope to, when I quit my job at Verizon, the best thing, even to this day, is that I didn't have to travel an hour a day and sit in traffic. I felt I was wasting my time. Going there was an hour. Coming back during rush hour traffic, an hour and a half. So 2.5 hours every day I was sitting in traffic. That was the best thing I felt like I got back to myself once I quit. You got to get to the point to quit. You got to get to the point to quit. I'm not saying it's supposed to be fun. But if you think life is about you sipping a fucking latte in bed, petting your fucking chihuahua, spending half the day at a fucking dog park, and just walking around aimlessly and not actually putting in hard work, yet getting meaningful results and big paychecks, you're fucking delusional. If you at a job right now, I'm not talking down to y'all. I'm telling you, figure out a way how you could start leveling up. Start saving some money. Oh, okay, maybe you have an idea in mind. Oh, okay, how much money you really gonna need that you could step away from this job? Or maybe you could do less hours. Or maybe you could say, I don't want no more overtime. Or maybe you could say, hey, the weekend shifts I don't want to do. But you got to get there. Motherfuckers is just thinking they're using bullshit reasons these days to not work. Oh, my mental health, I don't want to work this week. But I still want to get paid. What? Don't work like that. Get to the point where you could be the boss. My mama told me this one thing. Sometimes in life, and pause on this because, this is just a saying, you got to kiss ass until you could kick it. You got to do the dirty work, nigga, before you get to be the boss. You don't get to be the boss because you're just you. Don't be like that. In what world do we live in where it's like that? Somebody said easier said than done. Bro, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Bro, I always had a 10-year plan. I always said if it didn't work out this year, hopefully work out next year. Nigga, I was down to 10 years. Nothing good comes easy. Now, if you're down to relegate yourself to say you're always going to be a 9 to 5 worker, that's you. But if you're here chasing this American dream, you want to be an entrepreneur, if you love the business or you love the job that you got, you could be a fry cook, nigga, at McDonald's, nigga. You should want to own a fast food restaurant. That should be the goal. If that's not the goal, then you just cool with being at McDonald's, being the fry cook, nigga, cool. But you know what? You should want to own a fast food restaurant. You know why? Because then you don't have to be the nigga who's showing up there at 6 o'clock to open the bitch. Who's cleaning the bathroom when a drunk bitch ate some shit and threw up. You don't got to be that person. But you don't walk in the door with the privileges of the person who already made the sacrifice. That's all I'm trying to say. So when Elon Musk is saying that, he's talking to some privileged motherfuckers who think that working at Twitter is sitting and sipping lattes in bed, going to dog parks, and not fucking putting in the work without them accomplishing nothing. The higher you get, The harder you work at the bottom, the easier the work gets at the top. That's how it's supposed to go. You're not supposed to come in and you don't do no work and you just get to the top. You're never going to get to the top. I know the pandemic and all this other fuck shit done told y'all niggas that, but that's not really how it works. And of course you want to get in a position where you're the boss. You know what I mean? Niggas who started out and they might have worked for like a fast food restaurant and they were the fucking cashier or they were just the food person or the stock person. I used to work at CVS. A nigga who used to be the best, he used to work the hardest as a stock person. You could tell he don't have an entrepreneurial bone in his body. He was dedicated to that one company so much. He worked so fucking hard as this Hispanic dude. He wasn't going to go nowhere and start his own company. But he kept working, he kept working, he kept working. And you know what ended up happening? He became the supervisor. He became then the manager. Then he became the regional manager. And his job wasn't no more, because he used to do that. We used to be shocked when he did this. He used to unpack a whole delivery truck and set everything out in the back, then put everything on the shelves and organize the inventory all by himself. Like, he used to tell us to get out of the fuck because we're in high school. It's like, get the fuck out of the way because we're distracted more than actually being productive. He just wasn't on the shit. After putting in all that work, where his job led him, he was just driving around checking on other CVS's. He didn't have to get up at 6 anymore. He didn't have to wait sometimes 1 o'clock for the truck to get there. He was now driving a company car, driving around to these places, checking up on these stores, and that was his job. Did he have to wake up a certain time? Not no more. But he already passed that stage in life. My point is, motherfuckers don't want to acknowledge that you have to put in some brute work to get to the next fucking level. We all can be bosses, my nigga. Stop thinking that we all bosses. We all don't gotta do shit. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, there's a reason why there's blue collar workers, white collar workers. We all want to get to the top, but trust me, you always want to work smarter than harder, but also know you can't avoid hard work. I've always said, my motto, there's about 3 or 4 sayings I have. I always say hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. I never thought I was the most talented person. I always thought I worked the hardest. And y'all see me now, rich as a motherfucker millionaire, and I don't even like sleeping 8 hours, nigga. I love to work. So when I hear you motherfuckers talking about, you work from home, nigga, you know how long it took me to be making millions from the comfort of my fucking house? Don't think this shit just happened easy. If you think you could skip the process, nigga, well, be broke and die alone, nigga. Put some work in, preferably in the younger stages of your life, because it's really hard when you're older and you got to do it. The dude who I'm talking about, that dude was in his like 40s going to 50s, but he had just got his citizenship. He's an older dude. He had kids, but he was working like a motherfucker because he don't got no education. He ain't had nowhere to go. You think he could have been like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't do that. Why do I got to... You're not going to excel in the company. This is how it is. Please, for anybody who listens to me, I know y'all might see, I always say people look at me these days as a finished product. I always try to bring out down memory lane. The place that Akademiks came from, y'all only see the success. I failed 67 times before I ever became successful. I put in a lot of work. There was a lot of sleepless nights. A lot of times I shed tears. A lot of times I put blood, sweat, and obviously tears into this. And that just doesn't matter now, right? So nobody looks back at that. But trust me, I remember it all. Don't ever be too cool to put in work. Never think that you're more privileged. Never think that you're just too special to actually do the things that other people have to do to get somewhere. If you got a dream, you got a goal. We all could be bosses, but don't like even say, we got Andrew Tatum's screen. There was a point in his life he had to put in some work. Had to. Yeah, but you might be like, oh, 6 9's lucky. He just blew up off music. He used to be a busboy. When I met him, he said, he was a busboy at this spot right next to where he lived at. He said, the reason why when the first time you covered me, I wasn't mad no matter what you said is that I was a busboy depressed because my girl's having a baby. And only thing that like I used to try to play in my earphones while I'm being a busboy, just backbreaking work constantly is I just kept listening to your videos. So I felt I made it once I got there. Life is a little bit about luck, but this ain't all about luck. You know, luck is obviously a byproduct of when you put in a lot of effort and when the opportunity meets that effort. But don't be thinking that, man, like some of these lazy motherfuckers. I hate laziness, bro. I hate it with a passion, bro. I hate laziness with a passion. Because I truly believe that if you took everything I had from me now, and if I was 19 again, promise you, I'm at least be a millionaire. Because niggas is lazy. The majority of the American population is fucking lazy. I'm sorry to say. A nigga like me, I'm relentless. I'm gonna try. And I might even fail 300 times. But who knows, that 301, that shit might be busting. I always say, this is one of my sayings too. You could never get mad at what another motherfucker has if you don't work harder than him. And that's facts. Never get mad at what another motherfucker got that you don't got if you don't work harder than him. When I mean harder than him, not just today or tomorrow. In the qualitative work that person do to get there, did you put in all them hours? Are you legit working harder than that motherfucker every day? If the answer is no, shut the fuck up.